Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, after a while, relationships begin to lose their spark as the novelty begins to wear off. Now, both parties may begin to feel like they're in a rut. Relationship coach Temitope Imo is back. Now, she's going to be talking to us about getting that relationship out of the rut. Hopefully, she'll highlight some certain steps that can be taken to bring back the excitement.
Hi,
Welcome
morning.
back to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so how do couples actually identify that they're in a rut?
Okay, so typically what happens is that if there's a lull in your relationship, when things get boring, you're both bored, there's no spark in that relationship anymore, no affection, so to speak, because a lot of things have happened, and you have crazy schedules, you have work activity, church activities, social activity, extracurriculum activity, then there's church, and there's when children start coming in, you have school activities, school runs, hospital runs. All of those things tends to choke your relationship. Okay, that's one of the reasons why there might be a lull in your relationship. And then there's also the issue of familiarity. You just would get used to each other. And I must mention here that rut happens in basically all relationships. Now it depends on the length. For some people it happens faster than some other people because they get bored easily. For some other people, because it's a long-term relationship, it just happens normally because you get so used to each other, because you have tight schedules. Another reason why it might happen is because you're losing the sense of who you are. Okay? If everything about you is to please your partner and you don't have any individual or any purpose, so to speak, then it may come a time that you get very bored, okay? Because no one individual can satisfy you, no one individual can give you the joy that you need as a person.
Okay, so I would like to take it back a bit because you mentioned familiarity.
Yes.
Now, being in a relationship, isn't that the definition of being familiar? Isn't that, you know, someone in your space, you're in their space?
Yeah.
Isn't that just what a relationship is, being overly familiar with another person?
Okay, so getting used to someone is different from, we call it the see-finish syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah, so because you're familiar with someone does not mean that you shouldn't appreciate what they do. Some people, their partners help them with certain chores at home, and they've become so familiar with it that they don't even see any big deal in it anymore. But when you hear other people's story, it helps you appreciate what you have as a person. So getting used to someone, getting familiar with your partner does not mean that you should totally see them finish, so to speak. Do you understand? So that's the difference between both. But it's very easy for you to get very familiar with your partner because you stay together or you see each other on a daily basis. So you are used to these things.
So in other words, taking them for granted.
Yes, taking them for granted. It doesn't mean that you have any issue in your relationship. Just because you are used to that lifestyle. So if you have a partner, for example, that gives you everything, you just get used to the fact that, okay, he's supposed to give me that, she's supposed to give me that.
Yeah. Okay.
Not knowing that, okay, they're actually going out of your way to do that.
So let's go back to the issue of relationship being in a rut now. So what steps can people take once they've identified that this is the situation?
Okay.
What can they do to start working their way out of it?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. I usually say that for relationships to work, you have to put in the work. That's it. You can't just decide that you just want to win your relationship. You have to be creative. You have to be intentional about it, okay? And there's some of the things that you might do, and some of the reasons I didn't mention was that you don't have, your diversity is so much that you're not taking advantage of that diversity. So if, for example, if I'm an outgoing person and my partner is more of a homely person, we should take turns doing the activities that we both love. Okay. That way we have some sort of diversity, okay? And I'm getting used to what he likes, he's getting used to what I like. Okay?
So that's a way to climb out of it?
Yes, that's some way to climb out of it.
Sharing in those activities?
Exactly. Okay. And because if you are doing just your thing and I'm doing my thing, there's gap already. Okay. And that's one of it. The other thing that you can do, as I said, is to be deliberate about it, to plan about it. Just as you have your career goal, your business goal, you should have your family goal or your relationship goals. Relationship goals does not mean the pictures that we see on social media and you call goals. There are things that deliberate plans. Okay, these are the things that I want to achieve in my relationship. Do I plan to surprise my partner at least twice a month? We know that you're busy and all of that, but there are a lot of people that can actually help you do these things. That's their job. You can just pay them and then they will help you plan special activities around how you can surprise your partner. Instead of just allowing the everyday work schedule and life gets into that relationship or choke that relationship. So that's another thing. And if it's because you are losing the essence of who you are, a relationship is supposed to complement you, not take the essence of who you are. So you need to go back and ask yourself, who am I? Do you understand? What am I created to do? How do I have fun on my own? Some people can't have fun except their partners are there. You know, so you need that me time to separate yourself from your partner a bit. I'm not talking about breaking up.
Of course.
To separate yourself from your partner a bit, to understand who you are, okay? To the time that this is what I want for myself. This is what gives me joy, okay? And that's where you're able to view your relationship from a new perspective.
So I have a challenge now. The challenge is once I begin to identify who I am, find my own purpose, what if my partner doesn't align with this?
Okay, so that's one of the compatibility issues. So whatever you're going to do should not take you totally away from it. And you must be in agreement. That's the truth. So that's why you advise people before they get married sometimes that, okay, you must understand. I think even if you don't have a full idea, picture of what you want to do, you must understand that, okay, I want to be a popular person. And then if your partner is someone that just doesn't like the limelight, there's going to be issues. That's why you start hearing stories of he's not, she's not submissive, he doesn't consider me, do you understand? He's always all around. But that's what they wanted to do all along. But if you don't identify those things before you get married, you know, and then in your relationship, it's actually easier for you because once you identify that, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be a very popular person. I want to be all over the news. And my husband doesn't like that. He doesn't want the limelight in our relationship. Just realize that there's a mismatch already. And he's not, or probably this person is not willing to take that compromise. Then he starts rethinking those things.
Because if not, I guess you'll be heading towards a rut a lot faster than the average couple.
Exactly.
I have to say a big thank you one more time to you for coming to the studio. Please tell us what you think about this particular topic. You know, finding your way out of a rut in a relationship. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria as you do. We'll be checking out those comments.